Destination Sailing Channel is sponsored by Seawater Pro. If you are buying a watermaker, follow the link below and receive an additional set of filters with your purchase. If you speak with Mike at Seawater Pro, don't forget to mention Destination Sailing Channel. Hello and welcome to Destination Sailing Channel.
I am Carla.
And I am Simon.
And we are from the YouTube sailing channel Sailing Ocean Fox.
Over the past 3 years we have sailed over 26,000 miles through the Mediterranean, across the Atlantic and the Caribbean.
In this series we will be looking at some of our favorite islands, towns and keys we have visited during our adventure.
This will give you a fresh insight into your next destination, what to expect on arrival, places to stay, things to do, and how to find those necessary provisions, from propane to bananas.
So let's start with this week's location, Colombia and the Marina Puerto Velero.
We last visited in August 2020 as part of our hurricane season.
Yes, so Marina de Puerto Velero is located 11 degrees north. The run west from Aruba is around 350 nautical miles. 60 nautical miles to the southwest will take you to Cartagena. Your journey on to San Blas is around 250 nautical miles to the west.
This is an ideal location to visit Cartagena and Santa Marta. It is also safe and sheltered if you want to leave your boat for a month to travel home or explore other areas of Colombia or indeed South America.
More than 99.5% of Colombia speaks Spanish. However, English has official status in San Andres, Providencia and Santa Catalina Islands. We will visit these islands later in this series. Who would say that English was their main English
I know,
language?
it's quite incredible really, isn't it? But apparently it is.
Yeah.
The courtesy flag is the Colombian national flag. The national flag of Colombia symbolises Colombian independence from Spain, gained on the 20th of July, 1810. It is a horizontal tricolour of yellow, blue and red.
So the weather. In this far north area of Colombia, the Guajira Peninsula is the most arid part of the country. In fact, precipitation is below 300 millimeters per year, and there is even a desert called La Guajira Desert. During the summer months, you can get quite violent thunderstorms.
This offshoot of Colombia, which overlooks the Caribbean Sea, can be affected by hurricanes between June to November. This rarely happens because it is located on the southern side of their trajectory. Therefore, for insurance purposes, it is normally classed as being outside the hurricane box.
So, interesting facts. So, the official name of Colombia is the Republic of Colombia and is derived from the last name of explorer Christopher Columbus. The country's name is pronounced Colombia.
Colombia is the only country in South America that has coastlines on both the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. Panama does as well, but actually Panama is not classed as being in the South America, it's in Mid-America.
Colombia is the world's leading source of emeralds. It is also the world's third largest exporter of coffee after Brazil and Vietnam.
Colombia is the second most diverse country in the world after Brazil. Brazil is 10 times their size. It has the highest number of species per square mile in the world, including more species of bird than all of Europe and North America put together.
So currency, the local currency is the Colombian pesos. There are, 3,742 to the US dollar.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of those to the US dollar. And what you'll find is that the notes have the last 3 digits in sort of faded back, aren't they?
Yeah.
So basically you're saying there's round about 4,000 of them to 1 US dollar.
Yes.
The time zone is UTC -5, which is pretty standard for this part of the Caribbean.
So cities. Barranquilla is the main city around 40 minutes drive from the marina. This has all the facilities of a major city. Colombia is very cheap. For eating out with a couple of beers and a meal for two would cost only $5, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
very good.
very cheap
Very
and
good.
very good food.
Yeah, very good food. Navigation, this is a simple around the headland approach. You will be able to see the travel hoist across the spit of land before turning to port. The channel is marked day and night. If coming from Aruba or the ABC Islands, as most will be careful crossing the Magdalena River. It is not unusual to see anything from tree trunks to cattle being swept out to sea. The water will change colour to an earthy brown as you pass through the wash, a passage better completed during daylight. And it's a bit of a balance really, because the closer inland you go, the narrower this sort of channel is. Further out to sea it's wider, but closer in you're going to get more debris per square kilometre or something. And it is actually really quite something to look out for.
Yeah. So you can call the marina on VHF channel 8. Voyage, region B, so the green square top buoys will be on the left as you enter from the ocean.
Checking in. This is actually quite a complicated affair in Colombia. However, the marina does have an agent and they will arrange for all the officers to come to the marina the day after your arrival. Regarding passports, you can give them to the immigration officer and he will scan them back in his office in Barranquilla.
You will then get them back the following day. So we didn't choose to do that. We chose to go back to the town the next day and do the passports ourselves.
It's a bit of an option really, because if you leave them with the officer, he doesn't bring them back unless he's coming back for another boat. So what will actually happen is that they will come back on the bus with the staff the next morning. So there's quite a few places where they're getting handed around, aren't they? So,
it's not that you don't trust them, it's just that if the passport gets lost in that part of the world, you're going to be in trouble to get a new one, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
So the marina has 460 moorings. There are 210 available to visitors, up to 20 meters, 66 foot in length. Each berth has water, internet and electricity at 110 or 220 volts, 32 or 64 amps at 60 hertz.
Yeah, you're on the old 60 hertz at 220 volts here, so you do need to be a little bit careful. Our boat was quite happy with it actually. But,
it was just the washing machine sometimes wouldn't do the spinning, and the clock in the bedroom didn't really like it.
All the berths are either finger berths or stern to med mooring style. Your 40-foot mono will cost you only around $15 per night, which is actually really quite good.
Yes,
obviously they charge electricity and water, electricity anyway, extra.
I remember it was really cheap to leave the boat there for a month.
A lot of people go there and they leave their boat and then they travel, and it is really quite safe.
Yes. You will find it is quite a walk to the main reception building along a possibility muddy track. But when you get there, there is a small restaurant, bar, and a fantastic freshwater swimming pool.
There is
the best swimming pool. Simon lost his wedding ring there, by the way, if you find it.
But it is a swimming pool to die for, to be honest. This is a quiet, out-of-the-way location, but it does have great benefits. It is safe and is situated between the two tourist cities of Cartagena and Santa Marta. Ideal for you if you are planning on visiting these locations.
So dinky dogs, you can just bring your rib into the marina or onto the beach. Marinas close by. The next marina east is Santa Marta and Cartagena to the west. So this place just stays in the middle. So it's very, very convenient, isn't it?
It is really. The boatyard, there is a boatyard. It has a 100-ton travel lift with a dock up to 28 feet wide. You can get your big cats out here, which is all rather useful. The yard is a little bit primitive, but it can handle up to 500 boats.
This is a good place to get a diver to scrub the bottom of your boat. It's very cheap, and they do a good job. If you want to stay at anchor, you can drop the hook in the bay after you have checked in.
Fuel is available at the marina, but this will come in jerry cans. They may ask you for your containers to go and collect the fuel in. When we were there, the fuel was clean and cheap. And it kind of like just brought them along in a wheelbarrow, to be honest.
Yes.
It was really quite amusing. Water, there is plenty of water, but I'm not sure that I would drink it. Best use your watermaker.
Yes. Propane. So the marina will arrange to get cylinders filled once a week. drop it off at the end of the main pontoon, and it will come back filled with propane.
That's
That was quite
absolutely
good,
right.
wasn't it?
Yeah, they've got that. Chandlery along the seafront in Cartagena is your best bet. They are really quite cheap and have great courtesy flanks.
So buses and trains. The bus that brings the staff to the marina at 7:30 in the morning will take you to Barranquilla on the return trip and drop you off at the bus station. Buy your ticket from the marina reception. The same bus will bring you back in the afternoon. It's quite a good service, actually.
It is actually.
Yes.
It's really very good.
Yeah.
And this isn't like a national bus service.
No, it's a private company.
independent
Yeah,
bus service,
yeah,
isn't it?
yes.
And you can also, once you get to the little bus station there, you can get a bus with the same company to either Cartagena or Santa Marta.
Yeah.
And they trundle along quite quickly, really.
Yeah.
Banks, there are ATM machines in Barranquilla, and you will have to go to Barranquilla to get some money. The restaurant at the marina will run a tab for you until you have money or will accept US dollars or a credit card.
Supermarkets. There are large supermarkets across the road from the bus station in Barranquilla, also one in the two malls in town. So everything happens in Barranquilla, really.
Yeah,
it is a small town, but it has big enough
It's
to have
got a
everything
couple of
you-
miles, it's got
Yes,
everything,
yeah,
really.
everything you need.
Hardware store, you see, again, you have to go to Barranquilla, but you can always ask the yard to get things for you. They're really quite helpful, but everything will take a day or two. Great place, apparently, so I'm told, to get your anchor chain regalvanized.
So sailmaker, I think you would have to go to Cartagena or Santa Marta. You have to ask to the marina.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you're going to find anything there. Destination Sailing Channel is sponsored by Seawater Pro. If you are buying a watermaker, follow the link below and receive an additional set of filters. If you speak with Mike at Seawater Pro, don't forget to mention Destination Sailing Channel. Check out our video when we installed our Seawater Pro watermaker.
So history. Prior to the Spanish arriving in 1499, Colombia was home to the indigenous Indians, most notably the Muisca Confederation, Quimbaya civilization, and Tairona chiefdoms.
After 300 years of colonial rule, independence from Spain was won in 1819, but only lasted 10 years after the Gran Colombian Federation was dissolved.
What is now Colombia and Panama emerged as the Republic of New Granada, followed by, in 1863, the United States of Colombia. Finally, the Republic of Colombia was declared in 1886.
Since the 1960s, the country has suffered from an armed conflict, which escalated in the 1990s, but is now under control. This legacy has resulted in a rich cultural heritage. The imposing landscape of the country has helped to develop strong regional identities. What to do and what to see.
So this is a great location for kite surfing. The bay outside the marina is sheltered from the ocean, but you can get some good blows coming through.
Yeah, it looks really rather quite exciting. And if you want to learn to kite surf, there is a guy there that teaches you, doesn't he?
Yes.
And he's very, very reasonable.
Yeah.
It also is a great place for just simply lying in the sun and soaking up those rays on those dark beaches. You can also visit the mountains, jungles and waterfalls in the national park at Magdalena. This is a great trip. You can get a bus from Barranquilla to Santa Marta and then another bus up to the national park. You can walk or take a motorcycle through the woods, the jungles, up to the mountains and the waterfalls.
So Cartagena is one of the best preserved examples of colonial architecture in South America. And you can explore the brightly colored buildings and cobbled streets of the old city. We went on a day trip by car. Although it rained on the day we were there.
Absolutely,
but it was still warm, wasn't it? It was still warm.
Yeah, it was still shorts and flip-flops weather,
Yeah.
absolutely no question about
Yeah.
that. Travelling around Colombia by aircraft is actually really quite cost-effective. So travelling inland to Bogota or some of the other cities for an extended trip is worthwhile. And your boat will be quite safe in the marina.
Very safe. It's a very safe place. They have
is.
the army just at night, just
Yeah.
looking after your
Yeah.
boat. It's amazing,
Yeah.
really.
Very good.
Yes.
Yeah. Connections. There is an international airport at Barranquilla with flights to Bogota. From there you can get international flights to any destination.
So thank you for listening to our channel.
Just a reminder that you can see our adventure on YouTube at Sailing Ocean Fox.
Yes, it is episodes from 86 to 88, and we will put a link on the description below.
Destination Sailing Channel is supported by Seawater Pro. If you are buying a watermaker, look up the link below and receive an additional set of filters with your purchase. You would also be helping us to produce these free podcasts and videos.
You can listen to Destination Sailing Channel as a podcast. Just search for the channel on your preferred podcast platform.
This is Simon and Carla from Sailing Ocean Fox on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all the major podcast platforms.
Until next week, fair winds wherever you are sailing.